Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 1.5 final remix for the PlayStation 3. And the reason I'm saying it so fancy like and not actually rushing it this time is because this is post commentary. Now, post commentary, I'll tell you something. Post commentary is your backup plan for when you want to have a video with commentary. For a commentator, a guy who just talks about gameplay, you just have to. That's usually post com is hell. You'd never want to do it, but at least you give me that option. So I'll say thank you, Vegas, for adding that to your, shit. So and the reason this episode is so short, well, I'll tell you in a second. It's those creatures from the island. Yeah, so the reason this is so short is because the original length of this episode was about 26 minutes, I believe. And I wanted to cut this out because whenever I do post commentaries, my episode will be really short. So that's how you want, if you want to know if it's post commentary or not, just look at the length of the episode. Because normally my episodes aren't going to be short unless like I'm showing off something of the game or a feature, so that's really the reason it's short. And I really didn't feel like post coming over 20 minutes of gameplay because I really hadn't. But I eventually ran out of something. The next part, which is gonna be, so this let's play will be a little longer because there are gonna be fuck ups in between. So I don't mind because then I can explain my shit really quickly. And then really don't worry, it's not randomly cut. It'll be cut to a specific point because then there's gonna be a huge gap. That's why it's short because. Looks like I can't read what they're saying because I don't really care what they're saying. So they're trying to find him. So every room we go to, they go to another room, and this room is really, you'll see. People who play Kingdom Hearts already know what this room is. They should have explored this area a bit more. If they don't know, I know now. So we're gonna leave that room, and then they're gonna go into another area. Now that's a gizmo shop over there, and I can see a chest right over there, which I'd never noticed there. So I'm gonna have to go get that afterwards. So. The Heartless are really annoying. I feel like they're more annoying than the last time I played this game because I could beat them all easily because without dying. In this let's play, I'm going to die, but it's going to be off screen because on screen I just don't die for some reason. I don't know. And we were just there. If they waited a little bit longer, we could have met them, and none of this shit would happen. So where the gizmo shop, I don't know what the use for the gizmo shop is. I think if you go to the top, it's like the bell tower. You can just ring, and I don't know what happens. I guess like it's like a town in another Kingdom Hearts game. But that just reminds me of it. Some people will know what I'm saying when I think bell tower, but what else is there to really talk about? I really don't know because post commentaries aren't my expertise, and I'm being thrown in something I haven't done in months. Seriously, live commentary damn more interesting and fun. And so I'm just taking all these fucking Heartless, and what I gotta say is that what was I gonna say? What was I going to fucking say? Since it's Friday the 13th, obviously my day has been not as horrible as like a week ago. God, that day sucks so bad. But then my shit's been getting a bit unorganized. This happened. I've been losing battles with Heartless. Man, my luck really sucks. So, and then you're gonna notice some things like after when you come back to this town, you'll see that something like this ladder isn't there, that spot anymore. And then and alright, let me talk about this certain part because this part really annoyed me editing the video. So I think my Audacity when I went to the gizmo shop, it sort of fucked up. It like froze and just kept buffering. Like it's supposed to go flawlessly, but then it kept like doing that. You know what I mean? So that's the Dalmatians place, and they really need to learn how to be patient. Or swords really need to learn how to like fucking do that shit. So you know what I mean? Wait, so all Dalmatians were separated from what's that word? When their world tore apart. So, inconvenience? Can you say that? So they're all over Kingdom Hearts. They're all over the other variety of Disney worlds. You figure out that Dalmatians and from Donald and Goofy, that Disney and Square Enix made this game. It originally called Squaresoft during Kingdom Hearts 1's development, but they're called Square Enix now. So I like Square Enix better because Enix sounds pretty unique as a company name. And really, I wonder, like, they can write pretty damn good stories, because I never played their Final Fantasy games. I own 7 on the PC, and I haven't even played that shit. I bet you PC gamers really are enjoying that game. I hope they pick it up, but you know, it's good to pick up a game that's really good. And speaking of games, it's because when I do post here, people wonder why you're talking about random shit instead of the game. Because post-commenter, I have nothing to talk about. I am not ready for post-com. This was too damn unexpected, and I just want this episode to end as soon as possible, if you know what I'm talking about, right? So, you know, so I was, I might play Final Fantasy 7 sometime, because, you know, now that Steam, PC little download thing, if you don't know about it, but everyone knows about fucking Steam. So, they have family sharing now. It's not limited to family. It can also be friends over the internet, family over the internet. I think that's what they're aiming for. But they knew about us, internet people, like internet friends. So you know, we can share games, and maybe you know, maybe one of my friends will share me one of the games. Please, I need that games. But you know, I really need more PC games. Seriously, I need. Well, I don't need my PS3 games that much because the PS3 era is sort of ended, and I'll buy games for it. I'm gonna keep it as an old gen console because I don't have my PlayStation 2, which is why this is the very first time I own Kingdom Hearts. I emulated all the games from Kingdom Hearts 1 all the way to 2, because 2 was the very last game I emulated on my PC, which you know, this is the PC I used to edit and record with, you know, with the shit, but I really plan on getting a lot better one. Maybe I don't need a better one, but you know, maybe, you know, I will get a better one someday, but you know. And I believe there's a chest around here because my preview is really laggy. So, and more Heartless. See, I don't die from Heartless when I'm like battling, but when I'm you know what, because I'm level 5 right now, I believe I'm level 5 because that when at the current moment you are at. So, and then you know, eventually I'm gonna grind off screen, but at times I really need to be stronger on screen to be able to grind off screen. Get that? Because you need to be a bit more levels, and with my luck on screen I won't need to worry about shit. So you know, honestly that's really all I really needed to like say, because honestly, because you're trying to find them, and then you know you found me. No way, you didn't find him yet. Shit. And there's that chest I was talking about, potion. And I know I'm the only one who aesthetically noticed this, but you know, the keyblade in one of the cutscenes look really awesome. Like it looks polished, it looks amazing. It just looks a beast of a keyblade, man. I cannot wait to see what Oblivion. Oh my god, Oblivion! Like I think in cutscenes in the game, if you have the current keyblade, for example, you're holding Oblivion right in the game, and the cutscene comes holding Oblivion in the cutscene. That is pretty damn good. Like you know, it sort of like changes like, hey, you know, it makes, you know, it looks cool. But then you know, in some generate cutscenes you look like you're holding the Kingdom Key and shit. I don't know why. And then I definitely like Mickey's Keyblade better. And Birth by Sleep, if you play that game for the PSP, which is a prequel to this game, which I don't know if I'll be LPing because I really don't know how to LP PSP games, and I'm not gonna emulate that because I tried that and it barely works without recording it, which sucks. But I'll figure out a way, maybe, you know, with my capture card. It's not the Hopog or anything like that shitty desk. What the? That shitty thing. So it's in Evermedia. Like these capture cards used to, the bulky boxes used to be good in its day. Now Elgato and sleeker capture cards are taking over, and I don't mind it. It's a good world domination takeover plan. World domination takeover plan has been pretty successful with that same capture card, but there have been many glitches with that capture card. But the quality is good. If you can get over the fact that there are glitches, then you know. And I know there are chests around here. That's what people are gonna tell me. Maybe think in their mind, why is he grabbing that chest? I'll grab that if I can figure a way to get up there, because I don't know how to get up there right now. And I believe, and I was thinking about one last thing. I mean, not one last thing, or multiple things. I was thinking about that. What's it called? You know, in the file mix you have reaction commands. Like commands that you can learn stun impact, sonic blade, and all that such. You know, now I actually learned stun impact in this episode, and stun impact is decent, but it's like so random. At times it'll go at the start, at times it'll go to the end after I kill all the heart. I'm like, what? But then, you know, since I chose magic, I really shouldn't be bitching about it, because it's really my choice, and I'll get more like magic that leaf bracer really early in the game. So as long as I get leaf bracer, that's all that really matters, because I know people will be attacking me. I'm gonna be using Firaga and shit. So you know, and like Blizzaga and all those magic, I would get that decent time. So now we are at the shorter 3rd district, and this is really, I don't know, it shows, well, if you have magic, you can actually like cause events to happen in this like area. Originally, I didn't know that because I didn't know there was magic at Kingdom Hearts at that time. But you know, you do see Donald using. If you if you sort of like you have good eyes and like you see around you shit. And King Mickey's throne, they have a statue of Goofy and Donald in his throne. Like it shows Donald with a wand, like magic and shit. Like that's one of the four. That's one of the missing two, things in the command thing. The command, not command deck. What's it called? Not the command deck from them. But command deck's like different commands and shit. What's it called? Whatever, the little gauge thing. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Give me one quick fucking second. Shit. I'm gonna plug it in, and yeah, so that's basically that's it. The episode's almost over anyway, so the reason you're seeing like I cut a lot part out. Trust me, yo. I hope this renders out shorter, cause swear, as I said, cause you can use Thunder here, and that's currently locked off. Now, what do you think? When I play, I'm like, does this lead to some other planet or something? I don't fucking know. I thought it was the after you beat the boss, you go to that door and you go to like another world or like go do more shit. But I guess it's just another way to end back to the main town area. So I'm like, that's a pretty good travel. And in my live commentary, I explained what that little blue marking and the green marking in his store is like in Sid's store. It is called a Trinity, and when you meet Donald and Goofy, spoiler by the way, you're supposed to meet them eventually. But then you can activate that with the guys over there. It can be any color, red, blue, green. You can activate that, right? White. I think there's a white Trinity around in the game. I think there is a white Trinity. So you can activate that shit, and then like get extra shit. You can cause certain events to happen. Which the Trinity isn't like for optional stuff. It's actually for like actual stuff that will happen. So we're gonna do a huge cut around here because I believe the cut should be coming in about a few seconds because the episode's almost over. And you're wondering why are we gonna end in 3rd district? And you notice that it says 1, 2, 3, which is the districts. So So if any of you like enjoy this episode, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not gonna force you to like or comment this video, but it'd be grateful. But well, I'm out. Peace.